Hello everyone, I am here just to talk to you about music GCSE here at Saltash Community School. I'm going to go over what we study on the course, the type of student I'm looking for, and just go over any questions that you might have, hopefully within this PowerPoint. So we study 3 units, okay, and these follow on nicely from Year 9 music and anything that you've done in lower school, basically. So you've got performing. Obviously, without the coronavirus, you would be in music classrooms performing. So you would perform on keyboards, guitars, drums. At this level, you have a specific instrument you focus on. So that might be a guitar, keyboard, vocals, could be anything. And you do a solo. So that's a piece on your own. If you are a vocalist, obviously, you can have an accompaniment, a backing track. And an ensemble, which means a group piece. So you might perform in a band, you might perform with one other person. It doesn't have to be a huge band. You then compose. You compose your own 2 original pieces, the pieces that you have written yourself. That's 1 a year, 1 at the end of year 10, 1 at the end of year 11. And then you do listening. We do this in any case in our lessons. We listen to pieces of music, we analyse them and talk about them. You have 5 hours per fortnight. You've got me, Mrs. Venner, and then there will be a new member of staff. Most importantly, we have outside musicians coming in to teach you specific instruments that you want to study. And it is worth having lessons on your instruments so you really improve those skills. The type of person I'm looking for are all these areas here. And for me, the most important thing is that you love the subject, you love learning a new instrument, and you're interested in a range of different genres of music. You will be doing lots of different concerts, so you need to build those confidence skills of performing. As I mentioned earlier, we've got listening, performing, and composing, and I'm just going to go over those individually now, exactly what we're looking for in each one. So this sounds scary, a written paper of 1.5 hours, but you already have those skills of listening to music. You've done a lot of that, especially at the moment in our COVID secure classrooms. You pick key features out. What can you hear? What's the texture like? What's the dynamics like? What's the tempo like? You have these skills already. We just make them a little bit more specific at this level. So you have Western classical music. So you listen to a lot of classical. We have popular music where we can look at computer game music, rock, heavy metal, modern day music, musicals, traditional music, so that might be your folk music like Mumford & Sons, world music, reggae, we look at the blues within that area, and then Western classical since 1910s, that's your more modern pieces. You then have performing, and to me this is the most important area. I need people that are interested in playing an instrument, or singing obviously, and you do your solo and an ensemble. It's worth 30% of the course. I've got an example here of one of my year 11 students who did a concert a couple of years ago. We performed it in the main hall here, and I recorded it, which we then sent off to the moderator. So this is his solo performance. Okay, so obviously he was a singer and a guitarist. You don't have to do both, and you perform on your instrument. If he was then doing an ensemble, he would then add a bass guitar in, a drummer. It's up to him. Okay. So moving on. Component 3, composing music. Okay, this is where you write your own composition. In year 10, you write a free composition. You can do anything you want to, and I say that you need to stick with the genre that you love. So if you're a rock guitarist, write a rock piece of music. If you're a piano player, write a nice piano piece. In year 11, you compose to a brief. The example will set something like compose a piece of music for a folk concert, or compose a piece of music for a music festival. So it's just a little bit more specific, but not too specific, okay? Here are some examples. This one was done on a computer, and he recorded everything and layered it up.
Guns and bullets into rows, one by one, men fall like dominoes. I hear death calling, the grim reaper shouts. I can't find escape, there's no way out. Real objects in the city gates, hanging by your arms on our puppeteer's chains. I kick and I scream, but the audience laugh. Can't find escape, there's no way out.
That was a really interesting piece he did on the computer, but in contrast to this, I've now got a piano player that just played hers into the piano. Shouldn't use the computer at all. Here's this one. Okay, so you see the different styles that you can do, and this is the beautiful thing about this course is there's no right or wrong. It's the music that you love and that you like to write, okay? It's very personal. So after this course, obviously we've got the A-level running here. You could go on to college and do the BTEC. Obviously it links in with lots of careers like performing, composing, but you can also go into music promotion, music therapy if you do psychology. It all can lead in very nicely, and then further onto that onto university. But for me, I think it actually has all the key skills that you can do in any employment. So you've got your performing skills. So if you've got to stand up and present something, that's really important. You've got your group work skills that are very important in any kind of in any employment that you look for. Just been talking about these. So we will build your confidence. We will build your creativity. We'll make you into keen performers. We'll give you a much more interest in the music of the world. Okay, so as in music that's all around us. So what's going on? Be self-motivated, team players, and keen to take your instrument to a next level. So learning better skills on it, becoming a really solid musician by the end of the course. We're hoping to link with the local theatres, the local professional musicians. There will be a trip to London where we can work with professional musicians there, and organising and putting on events in the local community for the local community. I've mentioned this before, but you'll do a performance every term. You will do a composition every year, and then weekly you will have a little listening assessments to practice your listening skills like we do now in your lessons. Okay, and at home, obviously, you'll be practicing your instrument. You might be doing some research tasks, but most importantly, you will have a love for that music. So you'll be listening to music. You will be practicing the instrument. That's what I'm looking for. That's the type of student. If you have any more questions or anything you'd like to ask, there's my email address at the bottom. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of you on the course. There's definitely a lot of people in Year 9 that have that ability and that passion. So thank you very much. Have a good day.